It's time to celebrate some unique Cowabunga Kajai dudes. It's time to celebrate some unique Cowabunga Kaiju dudes. Kaiju. It's time to celebrate some of you. Hi, and welcome to That Toy Dude. I'm Jamie, and today we don't have just but one crossover, but we have two crossovers. One from Playmates Toys and the other from Mattel. We have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover with Godzilla, and we have the Masters of the Universe crossover with Transformers. I just picked these up just a couple of days ago, and I wanted to show them off in the box, and then we'll take them out of the box. Now, if you like what you see, hit subscribe and like and leave a comment. Let's get into it. First off, we're going to start off with the Masters of the Universe crossover. Here we see Masters of the Universe crossover with Transformers, Bumblebee, Armor, Man-at-Arms. Man-at-Arms discovered that the Bumblebee armor is intuitive with the needs of its owner. No matter the attack, the Bumblebee armor gave Duncan everything he required to protect those in need at any given moment. Here we see Man-at-Arms Bumblebee with his accessories here. We've got some really neat packaging here, the grid, and you see Castle Grayskull in that grid-like form, as well as the classic MOTU rocks exploding all over the place. And so, of course, this is from Mattel. Mattel keeps on knocking it out of the ballpark. We've got on the side here, Man-at-Arms. And then on the back, we've got what I've just read to you here. And then how some of his accessories come with looks like a mouthpiece here, and the shield with the drill that goes, I guess, on his arm as well. And we've got the Mattel logo over here as well. We turn it around and we see that Man-at-Arms has transformed into Bumblebee. This is the Transformer side. And of course, he's the Autobots. So the Autobot symbol is on the top of the package. These are new for 2025. And so we'll look at Skeletor. And here's a look at Skeletor, who is transforming into Megatron with the Transformers series. We've got the same gridding here, and you notice that you have the Snake Mountain in the background, the same rocks, a different type of color, more purple-like. We turn it around to the side. We have Skeletor here as shown, Masters of the Universe logo here. We turn it around. We see a little bit of what he looks like in the drawing here. Love these drawings also. We've got some accessories over here as well that show how to operate it. And of course, we've got Mattel logo here. Then we have the Transformer side with Megatron. And of course, the front of the box, we have the Decepticon logo. Here it says, infused with the strength and the raw power of Megatron, leader of the Decepticons, the new armor donned by Skeletor is unyielding enough to harness both the power of Grayskull and all the energon in the universe. So here we've got it here. You know, I was more of a Masters of the Universe type person when growing up. So I levitate more to the Masters of the Universe side than the Transformer side. I really didn't get into Transformers all that much at all, really. I think I only have like one Autobot toy. I don't even think I tried to watch the cartoon, but it just wasn't for me. I did get into the movies a little bit later on, the live action movies, that is, in the 2000s. But yeah, that's where I am with Masters of the Universe and Transformers as far as my childhood. So I had to pick these two up because they're just part of my childhood. And I do remember Transformers. I remember the theme song and Transformers, Robots in Disguise. And so we're going to open these up and we're going to take a closer look at these figures and a closer look at the accessories, starting with Man-at-Arms. So here we have a closer look at Man-at-Arms with the Bumblebee armor. We have the pieces here that supposedly are supposed to come off. Here we go. Here, the piece here, and of course the shoulder piece. I believe probably just, yeah, slide it off like that. And this piece here just comes off like that. So we can put those back on. Slide them on like so. And they're pretty easy. The bands on here are a little bit flexible. This part right here. And then you have the little armor piece here that goes on his wrist. And then you also have like the shield here. I would also say that I'm pressing down on this part of the chest piece, and there's a little bit of give here. So it's a little soft plastic, soft rubber maybe. Rubber probably is the wrong word here, but you have where you put his this in his hand, and then this on snaps onto his arm, so he's got the shield here. You can also have him hold his sword. He also comes with a gun right here. And if he wasn't holding the sword or the shield, he could hold that. Also, I would not know what you call this. I don't know if there's a word or name for this, but I'm just going to call it a scepter, for lack of a better word. And then here should be like his mouthpiece to make him into Bumblebee. Let me make sure that I can, this goes kind of like this. It kind of slides into his face. There's some slits right here on both of the sides of his face, where these pieces go into, or it looks like it from there, and you just push it in, and now he has transformed into Bumblebee. So here we've got Bumblebee armor, Man-at-Arms, the Autobot version. And he's kind of, I don't know if he's just brand new or not, but I've kind of had some fits with trying to get him to stand right. Of course, this table may not be exactly level either. So, but there you have Bumblebee. Armor, Man-at-Arms. He also comes with a comic as well by the Energon of Grayskull. You flip the pages here and you can see the story. So it's got the logos on the back here as well. When you open the package, I was very surprised to see that the tab, when you open the box, it has a description basically. It's I think the same thing that's on the back of the box here. Yeah. And then it shows his strength, his numbers of strength, where strength is 6, speed is 4, endurance is 7, courage is all the way to 10, power is to 5, and skill is to 8. And so it's actually on the other side when you open it up. One of the cool things about this is of course, the artwork. This was behind the bubble blister. And so this looks really cool to me. It's very 80s-ish, you know, pretty much where the era of these two toy lines came from too. So this is a look at the Bumblebee Armor Man-at-Arms. Now on to Skeletor. One thing that I wanted to point out before we got to Skeletor is I really hate how they package these. I hate the little tie downs that hold the figure in. I recall in the 80s, I don't think we had any of these plastic things to worry about when we opened up figures. We just kind of pulled them out from the blister pack. And I really wish that they would just continue with that. So here we have Megatron Armor Skeletor. This, of course, Skeletor is one of my favorite villains. He's just a nasty, nasty, evil guy who is bent on destruction and trying to foil He-Man and get rid of He-Man. And so, of course, his voice from the 80s, love his voice. If you've seen the other MOTU videos, you've seen how I've featured my Skeletor voice. And so this figure has a lot of cool features here. Just as I was taking it out of the package, I realized that his mouth actually, if you press on it, it moves up and down here, which is awesome. And so his shoulder pads or armor, I suppose, rises up here, revealing some of his muscles here. You've got unremovable armor here, but you've got some joints here that you can bend since he's fresh out of the package. It's going to take some elbow, some strength, you know, to move it around, to loosen it up, to loosen his elbow up, that is. So, and then, you know, the articulation on all these figures, these two figures here, are very nice as well. He's got a nice design here. This is a different type of plastic than this and his legs and arms, but it feels like it just a little bit. It's not soft like the Man of Arms on here. Here's his back. Here you've got all his copyright information here. And so he comes with his sword here, as well as his staff, the top of his staff here, so he can hold it here on both hands, really. And so we've got that here. You can actually take out his hands, or his hand here, and then with this here, this accessory here, you can pull this out and then push it in here, and he can have this different arm along with what should be on top of his staff normally as Skeletor. But it's kind of, I guess, a whip, possibly. If I don't know, leave a comment and let me know what that might be. So this goes with this, of course, and this can be maybe more of a whip. Put his arm back in here. And it takes a little power to put it back in. But there you've got Skeletor, Megatron holding this. It could be a scepter too. It could be whatever you want it to be, you know. Then he comes with this like staff. I've looked at it, and you can switch this around, and then you can push that over like so, and he's got something to hold on to, a bar to hold on to that can be hidden from the other side, so it looks like let me see if I can get him to hold it. Or maybe he holds it better with the other hand, possibly. Yeah. I think both hands, you just have to work it a little bit. So there he has his scepter here, his staff. And of course, I thought that you might be able to open and close his mouth, but apparently those are in place. So there you have it with Skeletor. I don't see, there was no accessory to put over his face to make him completely into Megatron. I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure if there's something hidden here that I haven't seen yet. I don't think there is, but his face doesn't really change to the Megatron face that you have right here. But of course, he comes with a comic book as well. And so flip these pages out here. It looks like the same comic. So I don't think you're getting a new comic by the way of a new figure. And so there's the look at Skeletor here. And so now let's look at the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover with Godzilla. Here we have Leonardo crossover with Godzilla, the king of the mutants. Of course, we see Leonardo tall as the buildings himself, about to crumble here on the side of the box, and his weight is crushing the pavement here with a bunch of boulders here. We got Kaiju in a half shell, up from the sewers 30 stories high, breathing fire. They're half shells in the sky. It's the Turtles crossover with Godzilla. Mutants and monsters mash up in this epic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Godzilla crossover, combining elements from the classic 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV series with the nostalgic styling of the 1978 Godzilla animated TV series. It's time to celebrate some unique Cowabunga Kaiju, dudes. So here we have Leonardo as Godzilla. He's got his two katana blades. The blades are silver painted. Of course, his handles here are blue. We've got like this blue transparent flame that goes through the katana blades here. We have the Playmates logo here, Playmates Toys. We have on the side here the buildings wanting to crumble. We've got the, looks like a sewer look to it with a piece of pizza. And then the back of the box has a cool looking artwork here. I really do enjoy this. You've got Michelangelo, Raphael, Leonardo, and hopefully soon to come Donatello. I don't think Donatello has been released yet. He'll be on his way to being released. So I look forward to completing this collection. So it's 1/1200th scale of Godzilla here as far as the figure goes. We have the other side here just about the same as the other, except for it's more complete because it doesn't have the plastic part here to obstruct the more artwork. But here we have Leonardo here. Let's open them up. And Playmates Toys doesn't do much better with holding the figure in. I'd rather not see all these ties, you know. I just would like to just pop the figure out. I think the plastic would be enough to hold the figure in, but apparently, who do I know? What do I know? They must know better than I, but I really hate it when you're wanting to try to open up a figure. Here we have a closer look at Leonardo here. His legs are massive here, as Godzilla's legs would be. Here are his two swords here, the nice looking things right here. Kind of a little heavier on the sword side than on the handle, so that might be an issue when trying to get this figure to stand or pose or whatnot. His tail turns around here. There's not much more than that you can do with the tail. You can't shape it or bend it. It would have been awesome to see a little bit of the bend action. We are talking about a crossover line here, so I mean, he could have been more flexible here, but I mean, it's easy enough that he stands easy enough, I think. The weight of the swords aren't really an issue after all. He does come with this, his shell, which are actually, it looks like several ninja stars that have pierced his shell but in reality that's his parts of his fins. And so you see how this will connect onto his back here. You've got this tip here, you've got these rectangle holes here. Of course, you've got these protruding out, and you have this where the clip goes. So it should go in here nicely, and just like that, it's together. I really, as a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, I never thought that Playmates would continue the 1987 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles line, the figure line. And as we've seen reissues after reissues of the Turtles figures, there wasn't really anything originally new or brought new to the table here as far as new figures. But I'm thrilled now as an adult collector, since I've got all my other turtle toys behind me. These will fit right in. I actually think I want to do a diorama of these Godzilla toys here, so that you have buildings about this yay high, and they're tromping into the buildings, and just have this epic fight, you know. So I really do like this. Godzilla isn't one of my favorite franchises, but it is a franchise that everybody knows about, just like everybody knows about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So this is pretty cool. You've got, of course, you know, you've got a snout here now with the turtles, with Leonardo here. You can move his head around. You can his arms are really loose, unlike the Transformers, He-Man, or Masters of the Universe crossover figures. These are a lot looser. You can even kick his arms out, and his feet, or his legs, pardon me, his feet rotate too. So you've got some good articulation here. I wish that the tail kind of had more articulation or a bending feature. That's just me. But I love it that Playmates are continuing with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toy line and bringing new things to the table. I hope that they just continue bringing new things. And I'd love to see some of the things that they didn't get to bring to the toy line back in the 80s and 90s and release them now. That would be awesome to add to our collections as turtle fans and toy collectors. So we've got Leonardo here. Here we have Mikey as King Ghidorah. And of course this is the three-headed creature that appears in the Godzilla series. Here's a look at the box, the same artwork. You've got Michelangelo, you've got the nunchucks here. The one thing that's a little bit different from the katana blades with the nunchucks here is that it looks like almost all the weapon is transparent. You can see through, which I like that a lot better. I wish the katana blades here were actually a little bit of a see-through, but I suppose that they decided to use the blue fire surrounding the swords to be transparent or see-through. Anyhow, that's just a nitpick of mine. The box is pretty much the same all the way across, the same awesome artwork here. And so let's dig into the figure. So So here we have Michelangelo and his parts. He has wings here that you attach to him. You've got the attachment areas here. So we'll try to do that right now. Maybe like that. Yep. And like that. Okay. And then he's got two parts of his tail here that you put together. I guess it was just simpler to package them in two different pieces. This will help him stand, of course. First look, I was like, with those wings, how is he gonna stand? And so, man, it's kind of tough. Maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe I should take the wings off. There we go. Yep, there we go. Then we'll just put the wings back on. See, they're as simple as a pop. And they're easy to pop out, I think, as well. So you got the wings there, you got the tail here, and you can rotate the tail around. But yeah, here you've got the wings might go in better. Yeah, yep, at the top part, I've just pushed them in just a little bit more with a little bit of force, not that much force. And of course, he's got his nunchucks here. Be right back. And there you have it. You have Mikey as King Ghidorah. Pretty awesome figure, I think. Of course, he's the orange kid on the block, so he's got a lot of yellow and a lot more off yellow, off orange type skin looking. And I think he's cool. This is awesome. This crossover is really awesome. It's just your typical Playmates toys, you know. If you take away the tail and the wings, you've got your regular sized figure here. We can put him up with an original 1987 turtle here. He's a little bit taller, and he should be. These are the Godzilla type figures here, so they should be taller. Here's the original Raphael, and so compared to his height, he's larger. So yeah, there you have Michelangelo. Here we have Raph as Rodan, the mutant of the sky. And so he's got wings, he's got a sai that looks fiery, and let's get into it. And here we have Raphael as Rodan. He has a winged that is attached to his bandanas. I don't think it is not removable, but of course the wings here are soft enough where you can have his arms articulate the way you want them to. Possibly there might be a little bit of agitation trying to get it to do like you want it to. Obviously, he's not, if you wanted to pull his arm up here, it's just not going to allow it. So my one gripe would be to be able to remove his wings. I don't think you can, and I'm not going to force it to see. They're attached back here as well as attached here and here. But overall, it is a very cool figure, and I suppose you don't need his arms to go all the way around, but you can twist them a little bit and get some other motion to it. He, of course, comes with his signature weapon, the sai, and I love that his sai part is like on fire. That was the same thing that I thought, maybe the whole thing with Leonardo, maybe the whole sword could have been this blue. Who knows? But that's what they chose, and not that they're wrong or not that I'm wrong either. But that would have been lovely to see with Leonardo once again. But yeah, here's Raphael. He's got the claw-like features on his feet, and I would almost go to imagine, to even guess that some of these parts are probably exactly almost the same as some of the others, especially the feet. Well, no, they're sculpted a little bit differently on each one. So these are all pretty much original figures from toe to head to toe. You've got his beak here. His beak doesn't close or anything, but it is a little bit, rubbery here. He's got his horns, or I guess horns is the best way to describe it, coming out of his head here. His shell, the back of it, is what it looks like. He's got another little plastic piece here, the tail end here. So here we've got Raphael. So we've done a mega crossover here, not just 2 crossovers, but 4 in total. We've got Masters of the Universe, Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Godzilla. We covered it all today, and here's a look at all 5 figures from Mattel and Playmates Toys. And so if you like this episode, please subscribe. We need more subscribers. You haven't been subscribing, but you have been watching. And I thank you for watching, but please, it just takes a second to hit that subscribe button and like this video and leave a comment. Let me know what you like about it, what you didn't like about it. And we'll see you next time on That Toy Dude.